If you are not enhanced, how will your work be enhanced? How will the world be enhanced? People are always asking me this question, Sadhguru, how is it without any qualifications, without any kind of thing, everything runs so smoothly in Isha. How is it that they're performing like this? Your events are, top of the line. How does this happen? Because we are focusing on individual human beings and their enhancement. This is what the world needs to do, this is what the country needs to do. This is a viral lesson, it must go viral. But people are doing, please look at your lives and see how much of it is precise. Your thought, your emotion, your action, to what extent is it precise and purposeful? It's all over the place, And still you're managing to do something wonderful in your life. That is why everybody keeps looking up, because they know they're an accidental success. This has become common everywhere, everybody like this because they're an accident. No, it's very important, human beings are a conscious and precise and purposeful existence. This happened. A young woman was driving and the car went like this, like that, like that. Another man who was driving did everything possible to dodge that car, but it came and rammed into him. Well, fortunately, both were not injured in any big way. So he got down, went to her and said, whatever you wanted to do, you could have at least indicated, You could have given some kind of a signal. What is it that you are planning to do? She said, there is no signal for what I wanted to do. For a lot of people it's like this, there is no signal for what they want to do because they don't know what the hell they want to do. Fear, I've always seen, is one thing which exaggerates everything in human mind. There was a time in Mysore when anywhere if in a home or in any place, business place, if a snake comes, they will call me because I was looking for such an opportunity. So, they will say, a big snake, it raised your hood, it's this big. You go there and you look all around, then you find something this big and it is a rat snake, it is not a cobra, which definitely doesn't have a hood, but they actually saw this big hood. They're not making it up. Fear does this to human mind. When people are fearful, everything gets like that. This happened in Arizona. A tourist went to Arizona and he looked around, everything was bone dry. So he asked a native, do you ever see any rain here in this place? How often does it rain? Everything is so dry. So the native got little dramatic, rain, rain. Well, there are 10-year-old frogs here in our town which are yet to learn to swim. So, exaggeration is the nature of human mind when it's fearful or when it's insecure. Insecurity and fear are two things which will make you exaggerate everything. So, these things have happened to me. People… one of my friends just meets me after some 25–30 years and in school we were just buddies. I had not seen him, he's become a chartered accountant something. I am just getting into my car in Mysore and this guy also has parked his car next to me, he's getting in, like a cigarette dangling from his lips and Like that he's become. I call him by his name and say, hey, looks at me like this. He doesn't recognize me initially. And then I call him by his, one goof name we had for him in the school. So I call him, you goof. Then he recognizes me. Oh, they told me you become a guru. And then like this cigarette, what, you put this in, you don't smoke. He pulls out his cigarette packet, you don't smoke. I said, no. You don't drink? I said, I drink water. In his mind, something abnormal has happened to me. Totally abnormal, because I don't smoke, I don't drink, I've given up life. You renounced everything. What? Smoking, drinking, nonsense you were doing. So, you must understand, wherever you fall, there you will have your own kind of company and you will think you're normal. So, to make this life reach to its highest potential on all levels takes effort. So if you are thinking, if you are misunderstanding Patanjali and thinking, I will try everything on my deathbed, I will try yoga, all the best. Because when there is… already many of you rigor mortis is setting in. As a child, how flexible you were, slowly becoming like this. You can't even sit down on the floor. See, I cannot walk without a stick, means you're crippled, isn't it? I cannot sit without a chair, also is a crippling process. But that's considered normal cripple. So you want to be a socially accepted cripple, it's up to you. I'm talking about life as a standard by itself, not social standards. This life, how does it want to be? Does it want to smoke from its ears? Hello? Does it want to smoke? This life doesn't want to smoke. This life, does it want to live or be knocked down? This life wants to live. Because you don't know how to deal with yourself, you're finding these kind of outlets. So shall I try all those things and then do yoga? By the time you do all those things, you may be absolutely unfit to do any yoga. So that's not what Patanjali is saying. He's saying use your brains, use the faculties that nature has given you to try everything. Trying everything does not mean today you first go and stand in queue at the Tasmac shop. There also social distancing, they put circles. And then you will go into 6 months of drinking, then liver problem for another 2 years, then little transplant, but now you have to try smoking. Like this you will try one thing after another, one thing after another, and then one day you will do yoga, and now yoga. No, you must sit here like Gautam Buddha did not get old, did not get sick, nor was he dead. He saw just an old person, a sick person and a dead body, and that's it. That's what Patanjali is telling you. Yogastaha kuru karmani. I don't think I have to tell you, but establish yourself in yoga and then act. This means, without knowing some sense of union with what's around you, if you act, you can only be destructive. There's simply no other way. If there is some sense of union, you will walk gently upon this planet. If you think you are alive all by yourself without the help of anything around you, then you'll walk like a bloody fool. That's what is happening to humanity right now. If you are established in yoga, that means yoga means union, you have some sense of union with everything around you. Now when you act, your actions will be inclusive in nature. If human action is not inclusive in nature, it is best that we bless them with incompetence. Because Competence is the problem. I keep going back to this example, people tell me, Sadhguru, please don't talk about him, he's very dangerous for you. But I think he's dead, he's not dangerous for me. Some people have kept him alive, that's a different matter. Adolf Hitler. See, he's a man of enormous capabilities. Only problem is not inclusive, exclusive. See what terrible things he does. We need that kind of capability, but with inclusiveness. If every human being had the capability that he had in terms of organization and inspiration and whatever, and they were inclusive, what a fantastic world we can create. So when you're not inclusive, when you're not yogastaha, then we bless you with incompetence, because competence becomes dangerous. Human competence has become dangerous because it's exclusive. If human beings are inclusive, then any amount of competence will work for our well-being. Right now, our own competence is working against our well-being. So, this happened. Shankaran Pillai was going door to door. Now he's going, using his enterprise during the virus lockdown, selling children's kind of a mechanical toy that children can put it together, which will need a certain level of focus and intelligence. So, he went into a home, a young mother was interested in getting something to manage the child, and Shankaran Pillai showed this, how this is and what it is. So, whichever way she tried it, she couldn't put it together. And she said, isn't this a little too complicated for a child? Then he said, no, this is a toy which will teach the child the ways of life. Whichever way you put it, it's wrong. That's what Patanjali also said. Whichever way you do it, it's wrong. The only way is to become one with everything. Well, if you read a book or do jigsaw or whatever else, definitely certain amount of focus is needed. Normally, if you stay focused, let's say you got interested or involved in reading a book and you stayed focused, absolutely focused in the book to a point, slowly the surrounding disappeared because the book got interesting. That is called as dharana in yoga. That means you have a focus, you and the book, all that exists. Rest of the world has disappeared. In that sense, there is some use to it, definitely. But you're using the puzzle or whatever else more as a distraction than as a way of focusing. The reason why you're doing this is, just sitting here by yourself will drive you crazy unless you're doing something either on the phone or with this or that. You must be doing something, otherwise you'll go crazy. I'm saying, at least it is time to know that you're using it as a distraction. You're using your focus as a way to distract yourself. I'm saying, this lockdown time, at least find out how crazy you are. At least get a diagnosis. Don't have to go to any doctor, because that is also under psychiatry, is under lockdown. By yourself, you sit down for 1 hour with your eyes closed. See what all happens in your mind. After 1 hour, to whatever extent you can remember this, just write it down. Because most of it, for most human beings, there is no continuity. Random stuff is happening. Write it down. If you trust anybody at home, you tell them, not you. Your friend wrote a letter like this to you. Don't expose yourself, because people will exploit this. If they read it, they will say, this is the work of a madman, 100%. You can take 2-3 opinions. You yourself will know. So it's good to find out how mad are you. Yes, very important. First and foremost thing, if you want to go somewhere, is to find out where am I right now. Even Google demands, where are you? If you ask the route for that place, even the Google Maps ask, where are you? Because without knowing where you are, we cannot direct you anywhere, isn't it? So how crazy are you? I think it's good to find out. Especially at a time like this, a whole lot of people are painting end-of-the-world picture in their head. So especially such people and everybody else, you must take a picture of your mind. It will not come out in any whatever this scans and stuff. You have to look at it yourself. So when you're in such a state of madness, where are you going to go like this? And wherever you go, what difference will it make? Same things pursue you, same problems will continue. We can change physical atmospheres, but that's not going to change the quality of life.